What is up, guys? It is Simple Stride back. Today we are going to do something a bit different here. I am going to show you all the shortcuts, well, most of the shortcuts for Ableton Live 10. This is a DAW of choice. Honestly, I love the creativity and the freedom that you have working with this DAW. So I'm just going to jump right in. So the first thing what we're going to do is create an audio track. The shortcut to create an audio track will be Command T. Again, Command T, and that's going to create your audio track here. And also there's another track that you can create is for MIDI information. Shift Command T. So we're going to Shift Command T, boom, MIDI. So Command T for an audio track right here, and Shift Command T for a MIDI track. Here are your insert returns. These are what you pretty much use for sending reverb, like busing over a reverb to your insert return. So you're sending reverb to the time-based processor, and goes back into your audio track by your send here. So on a standard version of Ableton, we have a reverb down here, and those are your settings for your reverb, and then you have a basic delay as well that you can change right here on send B. So we're going to create an insert return by Option or Alt Command T. So Option Command T, and that's going to be your insert return. And we can just create as many as we want. And you can see that it fills down here all the way to F. Let's see how many we can create. We can create up to, it goes all the way from A to L. That is a lot of sends. And I don't think you're ever going to use that many sends. The most I've ever used was honestly 3 or 4, because I like to do some parallel compression and be able to control my wet to dry ratio of those sends. I am now hitting Command Z. That is the standard universal backspace button to go back and redo any mistakes that you have done. Let's see, we're gonna rename our tracks up here. So I'm sure that you probably like get in the beat creating mode. Organization has to be one of the most important things when you're starting a new song, because honestly, I'll fill up a whole bunch here. I'll fill up the entire rack, and I have no clue what the hell each instrument is. I mean, yeah, sure, it says it up here. I renamed this one guitar. This was Life is a Game. This is an old project of mine. But rename is going to be Command R. Well, you select it. Select the track you want. Command R to rename, and that's a guitar. This is my vocal track. OCAL. So we got vocal, we got guitar. This is going to bother me because I'm a little OCD about that. Have a capital G right there. And so you can also find your inserts under Create. And so you have your insert audio track, insert MIDI track, and our returns, insert return track right here. Just if you were wondering if you need to go back and view those to learn them in Ableton. Another basic feature, so save. So Command S, boom, that's going to save your track. Right now I have this certain particular song off of a drive, so it's asking me to save as. I'm going to hit cancel. The save as command is going to be Shift Command S. Again, Shift Command S. That's going to allow me to save it into a different location on my desktop and be able to place it into any folder that I want through down here. I usually just do desktop, but honestly, my organization skills is way out of whack, and I need to place other files elsewhere. And so I'm going to hit cancel on that. So those can be under File, and there's your Save Life Set as. Another one is Export Audio and Video. That's going to be your Shift Command R. So you can export any track that you've done straight to your desktop. You can bounce it, hit Master. Pretty much you can export anything that you create. So I'm going to hit cancel. I'm going to cancel here. Okay, so that's also going to be in File, Export. So basic editing tools. So here's your edit window, and this is where you can find everything that you possibly need. The tab button, it allows you to switch back and forth throughout your DAW to the recording side, and then here is your mixing page. And you can also find it, if you see my mouse right here, recording and mixing back and forth. So I have let's see, a basic, sort of like guitar track down here, and then I have like my vocals right here. Now see that how these are kind of like chopped up. If I don't want it chopped up, I want to consolidate. Well, and a lot of people don't know what consolidating is. Consolidating is pretty much combining your tracks that you have cut or split. So say if I want to, or fill empty space, so we can like fill this extra empty space here, make both these tracks perfectly even. We're going to go all the way down. We're going to highlight. Command A will also do the same thing, but it will only select your tracks. I want to fill that empty space, so I am going to select and drag all the way over to the right. And to consolidate, that would be Command J. And watch what it does here. Command J, it just only take a couple seconds. Boom, it consolidated my entire track, and that's exactly how I want it. So if I wanted to export these files, send them over to a different DAW, I could, and I don't have to worry about any timing issues within my tracks, because I know you can get some crazy cuts in here. Filling that extra blank space like I did right here, it really helps with that. There's other techniques as well, but I'm not going to review those techniques today. Let's go and split the track now. So say if I wanted to, I'll zoom in here. There's another feature. The zoom is right up here. If I wanted to split this right here, this track right here. Boom. So I'm gonna hit select, and I'm gonna hit Command E. Again, a Command E to split my track. And then I can also hit Command R, and I can rename the individual tracks. So now I have that selected track, and I can know exactly what phrase that is, and you can get really organized as well. Command Z to undo those splits if you wanted to go back to your original consolidation. Now a lot of people, they like to add fades on the end to pretty much fade out a track. So from the highest, it's pretty much sort of an automation that you're doing here. So I'm going to select what I want to fade out. So it's probably going to be like this guitar track here. So a fade would be Option Command F. So Option Command F. Boom. There's my fade. And I can adjust my fade here, and I can manipulate how the fade is going to become. Like I can have it like more prominent fade and it just kind of dips, or I can have the original S curve, just that's going to be the standard, or I can bring it all the way back down to here, and that's just going to be a shelf, and it's going to drop right off and be a quick fade. Let's say if we make a change, boom, we made this change. Now if you wanted that change, but you're just like, oh, I just want a little shorter, you could drag it, you can make it shorter, or you can highlight that selected region again, hit Command F. That's going to keep your same sort of waveform that I just created. Now let's talk about looping. Here's a really cool shortcut just to loop a selection. So let's play the selection right here. When you're feeling low. Alright, and if I wanted to like loop this selection, all I would have to do is highlight this selection, and I'm gonna hit Command L. Now let's just hit that play button, and it should just reloop. Boom, there we go. That's how it is. And if you wanted to take out this loop again, Command L would do the same exact thing. And also, if you're looking for that shortcut here, boom, that's what you're looking at right there. That's what it's going to be popping up and selecting. Going back to our insert, so I'm hitting Tab, or you can hit one of these buttons back here. Say if you fill up all of these tracks right here, and you're all the way down to the bottom, you're like, well, damn, now I need to put more tracks in. What the hell am I going to do? You can add an insert scene. So you can do Shift Command I. Again, that's Shift Command I. That's also going to create a couple duplicates here, because that's what I had selected in the first place. But if you wanted to Shift Command I, just create some more blank spaces, you can create as many blank spaces as possible. I'm actually going to see what the max is. I'm all the way up to 50. I'm looking at this right here, 63. That is absolutely insane. That would be enough for a show for sure. I'm smashing the Command Z right now to go back. Okay, we are back to normal and standard version. What is so great about this software is a lot of compatibility with it. A lot of like if you didn't want to see like, you know, your search tab or whatever, you can adjust that. So this right here is actually your mixer, your faders technically, but they're not really faders, they're arrows on Ableton, and that's the only problem I have with Ableton. I like faders a lot. Alright, Option Command N, yeah, M is gonna hide your mix window. So we'll bring that back. And now we have the sends. These are gonna be your sends right here, where you see that are linked to your insert returns. So Option Command S, you can take away your sends. Your returns, if you didn't want to see these, you can hit Option Command R. Option Command R is gonna take out your returns. Option Command I, that's gonna take out all your buses, all your in and outs, everything. And let's do an overview. So say if you want to be on this page, you like this page, but you're like, oh damn, I don't want to keep switching back and forth to pick a location on the song. Well, that is easy. All you do is hit Option Command O. That's going to bring up your tab up here, so you can play in any location or on your timeline of your song that you want to play on. You can also extend this, and you can see it's going to be color coordinated, and unfortunately it is not going to be named how you have it over here. And if you guys are wondering what this little button here is, that will bring your tracks back, because if you play, say I play these two right here, boom, it's going to blank out anything over here, and then you can like pretty much drag and drop if you want to. But that is going to bring your tracks back. So I kind of got a little sidetracked here. I'll take that back out. We'll bring back our sends. We'll bring back our in and outs. Okay. Now here is your search browser. This is what you're always going to find. Like all your audio effects, your drums, your sounds, instruments, plugins, whatever that you have going on here. If you didn't want to see that and you wanted some more space, because it does sometimes get a bit cluttered on Ableton, Option Command B is going to take away that search here. But you can also, if you want, you can click on this little arrow, and that will take out your viewing screen for all of your instruments. A shortcut for like searching in the browser, say if you're like on an audio effect or whatever, Command F. Again, Command F is going to be a shortcut. Say if I want to look up my drums, boom, I can find my drums or whatever, or any instrument that I choose throughout this search option. We can take that out for now. So a groove pool. This is something new that I learned that's actually pretty cool in Ableton. So Option Command G. So again, Option Command G is going to open up this groove pool right here. Yeah, if you have a MIDI track of drums, whatever, you can switch up the groove in this little section right here. Like your, I guess I'm not too knowledgeable on that, but that's something that I'm going to hit on and learn in Ableton. I'm still learning every single day, about everything here. So let's go into a MIDI track. Okay, so you got your MIDI track up, so you can extend by using, see this little arrow right here, extend. You can also zoom in and out, and you can also zoom in and out from here. Now Ableton has a really cool feature called draw mode, and a lot of most DAWs have this in MIDI information. But if you didn't want to click on this button, if you want to move a little bit faster, you can hit B. B is going to switch back and forth of this little draw panel here, and then you can add whatever you want in your MIDI information. Hit B again, you're back to the selection view of Ableton. These are the short keys that I use on a day-to-day basis. I use these shortcuts so much, and honestly, if you go to view and you try to find what you're looking for, it saves you a couple seconds every time, and that adds up. That could be like an hour's worth of work, or an hour's worth of just looking through the settings to find exactly what you want to open it up. And time is money when it comes into making music, depending on what you actually do with it. So yeah, please subscribe and hit the like button. Read in the comments if you what more you want to see through Ableton. I will get more in depth with the software. This is just going to be a general overview right now. This is the first video I have out of Ableton, pretty much tutorials. So yeah, hit that smash like button and leave a subscribe, and I will see you guys in another video. Alright, peace out.